Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Myogi Warrior 34 here, back once more with another motorsports interview. I'm here with Mr. Malcolm Deer from Team Lotus. Nice to meet you, Mr. Deer.
Yes, great.
Yes, as far as I can see, I was actually tell up by the news by one of my affiliates from the simulation racing community about this event here that you have a tie-up with Globe. Yeah, I know this was more. I'll try to focus as much as possible with regards to your history as you were a Team Lotus mechanic. Is that correct?
Yeah, going back, I've been with Team Lotus for over 10 years now. And of course now we've actually seen, if people remember, it's been Miles 7, and then from Benetton it's developed into Renault, Lotus, and now Lotus F1.
Lotus F1. Yeah, I was pretty much aware that Lotus is so slowly becoming a really big name in the F1 industry. Normally it's just Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes-Benz, Renault.
Yeah.
Well, I know Renault is part of it.
Historically, with the Renault engine, we've won then with Alonso back in 2005 and 2006, the World Championship. As we've come through, we're finding it more difficult, I think it's honest to say, this year with the new engine and the new regulations. I think all the teams find it very difficult this year.
I see, so you're already experimenting on a new engine. So what is your can you give us one quick description in a general aspect of how can you describe this engine compared to before?
Well, the main difference is for people who follow their racing is this is almost half the literage. It's 1.6 litres and a turbo, whereas before we had the 2.4 litre V8 with all that noise. Now we don't have that, and it's a hybrid engine.
A hybrid engine with a turbo. Now that is something. I mean, personally, that is the first I've heard of a hybrid engine with a turbo combined.
This is the new rules. We're trying to become more eco-friendly, and I think for the manufacturers to come in with a 1.6 V6 turbo and develop a hybrid engine, it'll take a few years, but they're getting there at Formula 1 speed with the turbo.
Oh, you see, wow, yeah, looks like it's going to be one slow, I won't say it's slow, but one grandeur experiment.
Big change. We've seen some of the drivers have adapted very well. If people remember, we had Kimi Räikkönen last year, but I think he's moved to Ferrari. He hasn't perhaps adapted as well as some to the new engine. We've had Grosjean now for a few years, and he's doing really well and should make improvements. I think hopefully in Monza this weekend we hope for a big improvement.
Yeah, well, I wish you the best in your competition in Monza. By the way, I'm slowly veering off from the vehicle itself. I want to focus on you, Mr. Deer. When did you what got you into the field of motorsports?
I was just very lucky. I'm sure a lot of people would love to have that as a career. I was just lucky at about 2000 that I was asked to move into Formula 1 as a help with the logistics on that side, and I've just carried on with that same team, although it's changed names for the last 10 or 14 years now.
14 years. Right, so you've been in the business for 10, 14 years. That's really something. I mean, I know some of them they retire after their 10th year, or another team takes over.
If you're actually on the race team, it can be very difficult because you're away from home. All the teams, as I'm sure you know, are generally based in the UK and 6 months away with a lot of long haul flights. So it can be quite, and then they usually go back into the factory and work as engineers and technicians in the factory.
Well, at least it's good to know that some of the members of the motorsports industry in the Formula 1 still care about their family. I'm sure you're a family man yourself, right?
That's one reason why I can travel around the world, because I actually haven't got a family. I don't think I could do it if I did have a family.
Not yet. Well, I hope probably the incoming person whom you're going to make a family with will be so blessed to have you as a father.
I'm sure they will. I couldn't agree anymore.
Yeah. One last question. Since I am familiar with the Lotus brand and all, with regards to the Formula 1 history, are you familiar, sir, with the name Ayrton Senna?
Oh yes. I mean, he in the past did race for our team under a different, when the team was called a different name. So yes, very much. I came in after, unfortunately, his death, but his death did contribute very much to the safety within the sport.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't call it a sacrifice per se, but I can't find the proper word for it. But the sacrifice was really a good blessing for those of the F1 community today.
Absolutely, and some of the drivers since then say we need to race as a sport. We don't need to go out there and risk our lives every time we race. So
yes,
it's very good now.
Yeah, that's true. I remember the words from our 15-year-old Filipino professional racer, Basti Escalante. It says, You have to learn to fight to win, but most important, you have to stay alive.
Absolutely. We haven't had a death for so long now, thank goodness, in motorsport in the Formula One. It's been very good, but it's still exciting to watch. It is an open cockpit series, and we've had some very rough crashes, but the way they're designed now, as you can see here, they're very, very strong, where they need to be.
Very sturdy. And I wish you the best, and hopefully you will become like the next Team Ferrari, or probably your drivers probably become the next Schumacher.
Well, yes, he's donated, but of course, new people on the block like Alonso and German. So yeah, there's a lot of good new people out there as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Deere. And it's a pleasure to meet you. It's pretty much got me interested once again in the world of Formula One racing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully I might get a bit of a time with Christoph here just in a few moments.
Yes, he'll tell you perhaps a little bit more about the simulators as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Now with Mr. Christophe Calentine from France. From what region in France?
I come from the south of France.
From the south of France.
Near the famous Paul Ricard track.
Oh.
For the former Grand Prix, French Grand Prix was there.
Oh, that's really something. But anyway, let me just greet you on your native tongue. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
All right. So I was actually tipped off with the information from Mr. Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, that you were more keen into like the simulation program of like what you're holding in for the current event.
I used to do events for Lotus, so we have two sorts of events. I used to do the iRace station, sort of Formula One driving school, and we have another part which is the simulator, and it reaches large public, even children, old people, women. Everybody can try. It's easy, and they can discover Formula One.
I take it, so the simulation you're using right now is R Factor?
Yeah, yes, that's R Factor, but in R Factor we can have a large range of adjustment. So here it's for general public, so it's automatic gear and not automatic braking, but they can block the wheel. But even the driver, the real driver can drive it because we have a lot of adjustment, large range, so we can test a lot of things here.
We'll go back a bit on the simulator itself, but for now we're gonna focus about your history here, Christoph. So what got you into the field of motorsports, and where did you begin?
So I began since a long time. I started for historic racing cars with my family, and after I entered with when it was Renault Formula One team in 2007, and I was working as a driver first, and after that when Lotus bought Renault F1, I still with them. I stay with them, and now I organize events for them, so I travel in the world.
So you travel alongside with Team Lotus?
Yeah. Not with the racing team, but with the event team.
The marketing
team, yeah.
Oh, I guess you're more of the oil type kind of person.
Yeah, and so as I spent a lot of times with instructors and with professional drivers, so I know how to explain the good way to be fast on track.
Yeah, and the ins and outs, and like you're pretty much more familiar with the settings more than anyone else in the team.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a bit more personal, if I may ask. What is the one car that you would consider your favorite to work on?
Oh, it's a hard question because a lot of different cars are interesting, even in the Formula One cars, because there is a lot of technology, and you can have a GT car. It's more for the car you can see on the street, so it's interesting to see each performance of that car, and I don't have a favorite car. I like all racing cars, even Italian, British, American racing cars. I'm a big fan of racing cars.
Well, looks like that makes two of us.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan as well. Though I have my specifics, but I love all cars. I don't hate any certain car.
Okay.
Pagani. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Welcome.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. À bientôt.
I have someone from the representative from the Globe marketing team who is affiliated or made some arrangements on teaming up with Team Lotus F1. Can I get your name, ma'am, just for formalities?
I'm Cynthia Diaz, and I do brand events for Globe Telecom.
Right, nice to meet you, Ms. Diaz. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview you and be a representative of Globe telemarketing community.
Okay.
Right, so I know it's a bit, I wouldn't say unusual, but I wouldn't call it unusual per se because F1 has their own trips like with Vodafone and with Virgin Mobile, and I know Globe is a Philippine brand telemarketing community. So how were you able to to secure a place in terms of sponsoring with a very professional name such as Team Lotus?
Well, like what you've mentioned before, Globe wants to go into that direction. The same thing as other telco partners have been doing in the past, like you've mentioned, Vodafone and the likes. So it's really all about first the connotation of speed, because F1 is really the fastest car out there, and with Globe's modernized network, because we've done changes to revamp our network, we want to have that connotation of speed in our network. That's why we had this partnership with the Formula One team. Aside from that, Marlon Stockinger, who is the first Filipino junior F1 driver, is also affiliated with the Lotus F1 junior team, and as support to him, we went into the partnership with Lotus F1 junior team. So that's it.
Okay, so Mr. Stockinger is part of the junior F1 team. Slowly, we're seeing a lot of Filipinos coming into the world of professional motorsports that already started long ago. Like for example, the F1 team, I wonder if we're gonna see Globe sponsor like the World Rally Championship or probably on the Stock Car Racing Series.
Well, we'll start first with Marlon Stockinger and his participation, his membership in the Lotus F1 Junior team. Then who knows? Maybe down the line, we can probably go into other sponsorships as well. But for starters, this is what we wanted to do. We want to build the sport. We want to build support for Marlon, get Filipinos to recognize his ability, his talent, because he really has potential to reach Formula One. So this is our way of showing our support to him.
Well, it's good to know that Mr. Stockinger has a great deal of support. Well, not just from the Filipino public, but of course from a big company such as Globe itself. I actually really commend you for going the extra mile in terms of supporting a single Filipino individual into the sport like this. If I may ask one last, because I know you have this is with regards, I know, to Globe products. It's already a bit far away from F1 in general. I know this would focus on like some sort of promotionary new service or product or something like that. Because I know like you had the Globe tattoo before, and I think the one after that, I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with the Globe products. So like, is there like you have a name of something for this upcoming Formula One paced connection?
Well, actually, there's really no single product or promo tied in with what we're doing right now. It's really, this partnership really is in celebration of our modernized network, because for the past few years, we've been revamping our cell sites. We're improving our network so that it's future-proof, meaning that that it can catch up with technology. So right now we have the country's largest 4G network, and we have 3G cell sites where it matters. So anywhere in the Philippines you can get 3G signal, and that's it. So it means you have faster connection, faster speed, and in today's time, well, having speed means you're the first. So that's what it's all about. It's really improving the way our customers, our subscribers experience the network.
I'm going to switch to Globe right now. Goodbye, PLDT.
Okay.
Anyway, well, thank you very much for your time, Ms. Cynthia. And looks like I'm wishing you the greatest support that you can give, and you can pretty much give my support as well to Mr. Stockinger. I will support him all the way on the Formula One racing team.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's about it for me here with Globe and the Lotus F1 team. We'll be seeing them soon, like Mr. Michael Deere said, we might be seeing them on Monza pretty soon, just a couple of weeks or months away. We are, if I had a ticket, or if Globe can sponsor me a ticket, I might actually go there and give them my support on the pit lane itself. Anyway, this is Myogi saying see you guys in the next event.
Now is the chance to stay.